Hello, Internet, and welcome to the show you should be listening to, subscribe to, and downloading every week. Say Report Junior. That was backwards from the way I usually say that.
I was
That threw
okay
me off.
though. It was cool. You shook it up.
I'm one of your hosts, Zack Sarowik.
And I'm your other host, Dayle Decker, who
I
should
realized,
should not have taken a bite of a Pop-Tart just then.
nope. The second you responded to that, I was like, oh, you've got Pop Tart in your mouth.
Yeah, I planned this poorly.
Oh, man. Welcome from well, I mean, we usually record in various basements, so this actually hasn't
Yeah,
changed that
this
much.
hasn't changed. Yeah, because
It's
we have still yet to record in person,
no.
we're coming up on 100 episodes.
Maybe we should do the 100th. We should plan this later, but maybe we should do the 100th episode as in
Well,
person. That would probably, well, if we can.
if we
If we're
can, if
physically
the world,
able.
yeah, if the world
Technically,
is back to normal by then, we
we could,
should.
I mean, if there's a way for two computers to be 6 feet apart, technically neither of us has to leave the state to get to the other one's house, which means we wouldn't be violating anything because we're only two people.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen?
we can call this
The-
work. We can call this work-related travel. Anyway, speaking of which, how have you been the last week and a half or so? How have you been passing the time?
Yeah, so I think I've officially been in quarantine for 2 weeks now. Quarantine, self-quarantine, whatever you want to call it.
Lockdown.
I have not left my
Lockdown
house.
Alpha Red Omega.
Yes, I have not left my house for 2 weeks. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, I've been okay. Like, it's been fine. I've just been passing the time with video games and, the same way everybody has been, which is video games and media, TV shows, like new TV shows that I've always wanted to watch, rewatching stuff, and new movies and whatnot. So, that's pretty much it. I've gotten back on, I mean, I've fallen off a little bit, but I've gotten back to watching, like, Nuzlocke videos, too, on YouTube, which I haven't done in so long. So, that's also, I mean, that's it. That's what else are you gonna do? We've been playing cards every once in a while, the family, so, but yeah,
I've been,
it's been
aside from watching,
interesting.
like, Jeopardy with my parents, I've been largely staying out of the same room as them just because I am still going to work.
Yeah.
And now part of my job is, like, generally I was just a driver for the hotel, but now they're like, well, you need to be able to do, like, pretty much anything we ask you to, otherwise you're just going to get laid off. And I was like, well, you know what? They seem to be being real slow about processing unemployment in the state at the moment, so I'm going to stay at work as long as possible, which also means I'm, like, stripping rooms, like, housekeeping stuff. So now I'm, like, in hotel rooms on a regular basis, like stripping sheets and stuff. So, like, I'm going to stay as far away from all human beings as possible. Seems to have not affected me any. I'm wearing gloves the whole time and everything. But I'm like, I'm going to just stay out of any room with any human being for a while I
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
I think would be safe.
Yeah.
So,
But at least you're approaching it smartly.
yeah. And then, like, other than that, though, like, it's so weird how much of my regular routine has not changed because didn't go out that much aside from, like, D&D every couple of weeks or stopping, going out. Like, unless I felt, like, super anxious and, like, I need to get out of the house for a little bit, I'm going to go grab a drink or something. I largely am doing what I already was always doing.
Yeah.
But it just feels weird to know I don't have an option anymore if I do need to leave the house. Like, that's the largest thing that's changed, is that I'm doing everything I usually did, but there was a weird level of comfort to be able to, like, okay, I'm done with this for right now. I'm going to go do something else for an hour and come back. And I
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
So I've also been playing a lot of video games and watching movies and TV and
Yeah.
stuff.
It's certainly a weird time. And hopefully it gets better. But that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as my routine is concerned, yeah, it hasn't changed that much. I mean, I guess I have more time now to watch stuff and watch new stuff because, I mean, yesterday was nothing but TV with my parents and a little bit of Pokemon in the morning. But mainly it was watching, like, we watched we started watching Gilmore Girls because my mom really wanted to watch it, so we started watching that.
Oh man, it's been so long since I've watched Gilmore Girls. I
It's
never watched. I never watched the season when it came back on Netflix because I heard mixed things,
mhm.
unfortunately. So I wanted to preserve that since it had already been years since I watched it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk more about it, but like, it's a interesting show. I will say that for right now.
It
Um,
is of its time. It is very clearly of its
yeah,
time for how it views. I mean, again, from what I even remember, it's been years since I watched it, but like like it was definitely doing the like we're doing this is like a cool feminist show, but definitely of the early 2000s
yeah,
idea of what feminism is,
yeah.
which has changed dramatically in 20 years, believe it or not.
hmm
So,
Yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, it was just like yesterday. The craziest thing is, I think yesterday was the biggest. Okay, I just laid around today and did nothing but watch TV. I mean, the other days have been like that too, but I felt like I was moving around more. I was getting up and down, and you know, I would change my locations of doing nothing. At least like there were days where I'd just like chill out in my room, watch a TV show, then go downstairs, or and then like stay in the middle level, watch something with my family, then watch something with my family, then go downstairs, do something downstairs. Like I would change up my scenery in the house at least. Yesterday it was I'm laying on the couch today and just watching trash TV, and that's it.
that happens
So,
sometimes because that's like when you finally get like a day off or something and you're like I want
hmm
my entire day to be sitting on this couch watching 12 hours of Law and Order.
exactly,
That
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's been interesting. It's been interesting.
yeah, and I think it's I
Like
mean
that's all I
there's
can
like a level
say.
of right because there's like a level of like it feels weird to be like this thing kind of sucks because what you're really doing is sitting around doing nothing or like watching TV and stuff, which is like the dream when you're working all the time and you're exhausted and you're like, I just want to sit at home and do nothing. Now that we're all kind of forced to do it, there's like a weird other side to it that's like,
Yeah,
man, I wish I had something to balance this out with. Man, I wish I had
yeah.
something else to do
hmm
right now.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
haven't, and I haven't. You see people on the internet and whatnot posting, being like, "Oh, I'm so bored," or "Oh, I'm going crazy." Like, I just want to go outside, and like, I don't know. For me, I haven't gotten there yet because I was always able to make my own entertainment and like find fun in anything that I can really do. So like even just watching a TV show with my family or just like sitting around hanging out is also just fun and normal for me and for us as, in general. Like the really big thing that has changed, the biggest thing that has changed is like we don't go out anymore. Like my our family is usually one who travels for stuff and will make, outings and whatnot and make a day out of something. Like taking a day and driving to Philadelphia or taking a day and driving to, I don't know, New Hampshire or something, like those things have definitely have stopped because they needed to. Um so like that's really the biggest thing that I think has changed for us. But other than that, like hanging around, sitting in the parlor all together while like my dad's just hanging out watching TV or checking news on his tablet while Devin and I are playing our Switch and my mom's on the computer, like that's been normal for us because we just like we're fine occupying the same space and being together and getting along. So it's interesting to see other people on the line is what I almost just said. It's interesting.
on that darn interwebs.
Yeah. It's interesting to see people being like, "Oh my god, I'm like so tired of this," or I'm done. And it's like, "Oh, okay." So it's interesting to see the world through it. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate this, but
We're all getting a very weirdly for being so distant from each other, we're all getting a very intimate idea of how people normally would entertain themselves.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so yeah, but we do have because of I mean because but largely because of this quarantining. We've been sitting at home playing video games and stuff.
Yeah.
As you said, we have big news because of it.
Yeah.
We are both true Pokemon masters
Woo!
now of the Sword and Shield variety
We've
because
caught
we both completed our Pokedexes.
all
Ba 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 ba
400
ba 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 ba.
Pokemon. All 400 Pokemon. It's great.
I love the fact that
I
the game doesn't even like care. Like you can go in and do your evaluation of it, and then it goes, "Oh, congratulations!" But it doesn't do like any sort of fanfare
Yeah.
for
No,
it.
I mean, there's music. There's really fun, like, pump up music when you do the evaluation.
Yeah.
But, like, that's it. I mean, unless you go talk to the director in the hotel. Have you done this? Have you gotten your shiny charm?
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, that's. So you haven't even gotten your certificate, Zach?
Oh.
Oh, no, you need to go get your certificate.
Okay.
you,
I'll do that.
you should do it right now.
I love this. I love this fact that like Dale has so much more knowledge about Pokemon. A series again. I will remind her at the very beginning of this show, I was supposedly the Pokemon fan and she was the Digimon fan, and we've learned over time that you have much more knowledge of how these games work for people
I
than
know.
I do.
It's
Because
crazy.
I
Yeah, like
just
you
because
think
I
the
just
Master
played
Ball
games.
is for catching the legendary.
Okay,
Like,
mechanically, quite literally, that's what it's for. Because the meta outside of the game has decided, no, it's a trophy. You're just gonna keep replaying that fight until you catch it with a random Ultra Ball. Does not change the fact that mechanically speaking, the purpose of the actual Master Ball by Game Freak is to give you a thing to catch the legendary. That's what it's meant for.
it's only meant for Mewtwo because it has the Mewtwo colors. That's all
um,
I think of it for. Only
Yes,
for
a thing that
Mewtwo.
was a thing that was decided after the fact, since the game was black and white originally.
Hey,
But you know,
you know, you can. I didn't. I never experienced that, so
uh,
it's fine.
anyway,
Anyway, yeah. So you gotta go get your certificate. You gotta go to Chichester, Circhester, whatever. The Ice Town.
the big fancy spa hotel.
Yes, the Ice Town. Go there. Go to the hotel. So like in the little, if you, so Poke Center, right, and then you go east, and there's the big little fountain in the middle.
I mean, I know where the hotel
Oh,
is.
okay,
You have to
good.
go to it in the game at some point.
Do you?
Yes.
I
Yeah, there's like story stuff that happens in there when you go to the Circhester. You have to go into the hotel for something and talk to somebody.
Do you? I don't remember that. All right, perfect. So you know where
Also,
I go.
like I go through every building in every game. Like,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
I know where
good.
the hotel is.
Okay.
I just haven't gone back.
The only thing that I remember the hotel being for is for getting the oval charm and getting the shiny charm, which are used for shiny hunting, which I
Right,
know
but
you
also-
don't do.
But also, there are fights that's the one that actually has fights in it. The one in
Does it?
the Badoo Inn or whatever doesn't have anything in it because you can't leave the lobby. But the Circhester one is the one you can actually go through the hotel,
Yeah.
the hallways and actually
Yeah.
fight people in their rooms.
Did I already fight those people?
Probably because there's also the
I went
there's also
through
the
and I,
Sherlock Holmes. There's the bad mystery thing that happens in one of the rooms where the guy's like, I think one of you is the one that stole the thing. It's like, no, it's the Pokemon that's like hiding in the wardrobe or whatever that came out and chewed it up or something.
I don't remember any of that.
Did you go through the hotel?
I don't know. Now I don't know. Now I'm not sure. I remember going. So I got my shiny charm. Well, I got the oval charm, and then I started doing shiny hunting, and got my shiny Dreepy, and that was cool. And then I was like, oh, I need to get the shiny charm before I do this, even though 100, I'm 700 Poplios later. I still didn't have the shiny charm. So, so I got the shiny charm yesterday, and then I walked through the hotel to see if there was anything to do, and there wasn't. Like,
I'm pretty certain. I mean, it might just
no
be
one
all
to-
conversations, but I could
Yeah.
have sworn I could have sworn I fought people in that hotel.
Maybe-
Could have just
maybe
been
you did.
conversations, though.
That's fine. Maybe you did. Like, maybe I've already beat them and I just totally wiped it out of my memory. Because I do remember there's one room where you go in and there's a Pokemon in the bathroom and the guy's like, oh my god, my Pokemon's been in there forever. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah,
I
no, it's a
can't do
bunch of weird.
anything
It's a
with that.
bunch of weird conversations. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, so go there and get your shiny charm. Well, you don't need get your certificate.
I'll do that. I mean, I already have the real certificate, which is owning every piece of clothing in the game.
Yeah.
Get to change my outfit at will.
Yep.
Oh
That's
man,
a certificate.
I can't believe I did that math wrong. I could have sworn it was 2.7 million. Apparently, it was 2.9, maybe closer to 3. I can't remember how much it ended up costing me for the last bit of things I bought. But
Jeez.
yeah, I own every piece of clothing in the game now.
I mean, that's cool. I
It
just
doesn't say anything for it.
I
It doesn't tell you anything. I think they're all confused as to why I bought out every shop, but
they're just like this champion, man. Like why I mean, they must be
ecstatic.
they must be ecstatic because the champion chose to come and buy out their shop. You also probably put them out of business.
But I gave
Um
them $1 million to do it. So
yeah,
like they can retire now because
there's
I've done that.
there's just no more
I mean,
clothes
well,
in
to be
Galar.
fair, I'd imagine they have more than one of the thing. I just imagine that they're, for some reason, they're like, no, you don't need to buy that shirt twice. Don't worry. Whereas any store in reality would be like, yeah, buy like 8. We don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, it's fine. Buy
Uh,
one of every color. Well, that's what they have, right? Is that they have like the same base shirt but in different colors.
oh, I mean, they have 3 or 4
So
designs depending on the place.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
and same with the bags, and same with with everything else. Yes.
I believe that the Gala region is only limited to those clothing pieces. That's why you see everybody in their same clothes every single day. So by you buying at the shops, there's no more clothes in Galar.
That's it. I've
That's
wrecked the
it.
whole economy of
Yeah,
this tiny island nation.
yeah.
Next up is now my curry decks. I'm working on that. I just did the math, by the way. Do you know how many curries there are in the game?
I don't. I
Because
have
this is
no idea.
because this is Pokemon and they have to make everything a reference. There's 151.
Nice.
There's 151 curry combinations.
That's fine.
Um,
There's 101 or more to see. To be a curry master is my destiny.
I even found like an ingredient I never even knew existed before. It's like, damn it, I haven't actually like even found all of the ingredients to make these, because there's 25 main ingredients and then 6 different combinations for everything. And then there's the Gigantomix curry, which I
Yeah.
feel like does something, but I haven't used it yet, and I'm afraid to just waste it on a Pokemon.
I don't think it does.
I don't know if it does or doesn't. Maybe it like maxes out their Dynamax thing or something. I don't know. So I don't want to.
Because I've done the Gigantamax curry, and it's just like a huge curry, and it's like all glowy, and it's got the clouds on top, but it
Right.
didn't raise any of my mom's
Do you remember which
Dynamax.
do you remember which level it was? Like what medal it got when you made it?
No, I do
Okay.
not.
Because I also thought that the Caparaja one was the top one, and then I
Yeah.
learned no, there's a Charizard class. That's the
What?
gold. But I don't know how you make Charizard level
Oh my
curries.
god, I'm learning so much about the curry system.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
how you do it though. Like
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if it's I don't know what the exact thing is you have to do to make like top level ass curry.
Yeah, I mean, I figured out that with the fancy apple, I can basically make a Cabraja, a Cobraja tier meal every time, and I'm fine with that. Like
Yeah,
that's basically what I've been doing to try and get happiness out. Like when I was when I evolved Snom, I was like working really hard, so I gave it the Soothe Bell. I was like, it was the head of my team. I was fighting with it. I was going to camp with it, and I just kept making that fancy apple like
Right.
food, and like that's how I got it to evolve.
Yeah, and like
because I
by
was just so happy.
from what I can tell, so there's 3 stages to cooking, which is the flame,
Yep.
the stirring, and then the making it with love part.
Yeah.
Which, as far as I can tell, is just hit A at the same time every time, and it will always pop right in the center while it's over the yellow glowing ring, and that's the best one.
Yeah.
I think it's not really clear there.
It's not clear at
Um,
all. I
no.
just hit it like I'm like, up, okay, time
So
to
like
hit it.
get the flame high enough that there's little stars coming out of the
Yep.
pot. Then stir it, but don't stir it so much that it splashes, and then put the
But you still need the
heart in the
sparkles.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But then put the heart in the center.
Yeah.
There, got that part. As far as the actual like berry mix part, I think
Yeah.
at Caparaja, as long as all 10 ingredients have this flavor that you want.
Mhm.
Because like every berry is made up of, either it's one flavor or it's multiple flavors,
Mhm.
or it's sometimes it's just like it just says it has a distinct flavor, which
Yeah.
means nothing. Um,
Yeah, it's
so
very,
like
it's interesting.
so like as long as you've got 10 of that, then you're always going to get Cabaraja out of that as long as you cook it right.
Yeah.
But I don't know what makes a Charizard one, and it's killing.
I have no idea. I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, when I put berries in, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I have more of this berry, so I'm gonna use that. Oh, I have this one. Okay, I totally do not. I mix up the berries every time. One time, I'm like, I'm just gonna do all pink berries, and
Yeah, there's
yeah,
also
I don't know.
apparently a way. There's also apparently a way to just make basic curry with no main ingredient, and I don't know how you do that because it makes you choose one.
Yeah, that's weird. That's
So I
interesting.
think you could, yeah, somehow there's some way to
Huh.
get around not putting a main ingredient in, and then there's just like a whole set of curries that are just the berries,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
So
I
that's what I've been working on.
nice. No, I really it's weird right now. So Pokemon, I'm in this weird space that I always get with when I complete a Pokemon. And now I'm even in a weirder space because like I've mentioned on the show is that the first Pokedex I've ever completed was in Let's Go Eevee. And now this is my second ever complete, it's like second ever time completing a Pokedex. So it's like I don't know what else to do. Is
I
that
mean,
I'm like
the short answer
I
is
can just keep doing Max Rage, which is what I was just doing yesterday. I basically my end game now is to just catch shiny Pokemon. Like
yeah,
that's what my goal is. But then
yeah,
it's
that's
like
it. You make your own fun basically
yeah,
until the
exactly.
expansion comes out. Like that's the whole.
Exactly. But like I and there's also a part of me so when there were GameStops going out of business and I was able to get previous Pokemon games for really cheap. Considering the price of a Pokemon game, I got them relatively cheap. So I have like so I played Moon and Ultra Sun, X and Alpha Sapphire, right? So I was able to buy Y, Omega Ruby, Sun, Ultra Moon, and Pokemon White. Or Pokemon Black. Pokemon White. So I was able to buy those for cheaper amounts. And it's like, oh, I guess I could go play those. But I'm like, I still haven't done that for whatever reason. Because Sword and Shield has been taking so much of my time. And I still just want to keep playing Sword and Shield.
That's good though. I mean, at
It's
least it
like,
means that you like the
oh
game.
yeah, of course. But I
It's a
feel
good
bad because
problem
I'm
to
like,
have.
I should really just go play these because it'll be a new, especially Pokemon White, because I've never played that. So like that should be the next Pokemon game I play while waiting for the DLC of Sword to come out. But I don't know. It's weird. I get to this point where I'm like, I want to keep playing, but like I'm gonna get bored. And then I'll just have to come back at it tomorrow. But I'm very excited for the DLC.
Yeah,
Very,
I'm
very
I'm
ready for
excited
that.
to watch too. I mean, I can only get one version of that bear, and I got to figure out how to do it. But fucking hell.
Well, I mean, you could get both versions. You just
I mean,
play on a different account.
yeah,
Because
that's
the
true.
Switch made it really easy to replay games.
I don't
Brand new.
imagine, don't imagine this is what they were expecting, but sure.
I mean, like, I could get a second Zacian, or Zacian, and trade it for a Zamazenta, and that'd be fine. I could also play Shield, because Devin has it.
Oh my God.
It's so easy to play Pokemon now and get all of the Pokemon.
Yeah, now that there aren't multiple consoles that you have
Yeah,
to worry about.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
So outside of
Pokemon?
Pokemon,
Yeah, that was a lot.
uh, yeah, whatever we gotta. I mean, we've got to
Normal.
fill an hour with the very little we've been able to do. So my Castle Watch continues. I now own like 5 random episodes of that series
Jeez.
because for some reason it's just like, oh yeah, you'll hit an episode that was never uploaded illegally.
Yeah,
So I guess I gotta go buy it. So I spent $10 on Castle so far, which
that's not
out of
bad.
2.5 seasons, I should
Yeah.
not complain. Um,
Is it for purchase anywhere? Like
it
fully
is
for
no, it is for
purchase? Like digital?
it is only for purchase. You can only find that thing by buying it. Both I think Amazon and YouTube.
Yeah.
You can get it standard definition for $20 or high def for 25, which is not like
I mean,
bad if you actually want to buy it.
For $50 more, Zach, you can get the entire series. Is it the entire series?
No. It's only by season. That's it.
Oh,
It would cost me
yeah, no,
$120 to get the
no, no,
series.
no,
Yeah,
no.
no.
We don't want that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be fine. Like my big problem is I can't just rent them. Like, let me rent an
Yeah,
episode for 99 cents, and I'll spend the money and just
yeah,
rent it
yeah.
episode by episode. That's fine, whatever. We're gonna end up spending as much money as buying it, but at least I won't feel bad. But yeah, I hit those weird episodes where like I think I was telling you, I hit an episode that was not only reversed and zoomed in, but
Yep.
also everybody's voice was pitched down by like half a decibel.
Jeez. Yeah,
And the only
no.
reason I really realized it is because I had just watched one of the episodes I purchased. So I watched like a, pure episode of Castle for the first time. And then I went to this episode and it was like everybody was down except for like the three people who already had super deep voices. They sounded normal. But everybody else was like,
Oh my
everybody was
god.
like, I'm Richard Castle. So God.
I
Oh
could
dear
not.
Lord.
I could not. There were like audio issues with with an episode of Supergirl and an episode of Batwoman, and I'm like, I cannot watch this. We need to find it some other way because it hurts my ears. It sounds awful. I
Yeah, that
cannot do this.
CW does not run its website as well as you'd hoped it would. You hope it would,
It was
especially when you get the
this
same.
this was recorded on our
Oh,
television. This was like cable. This was from the cable network. So like, I kind of understood it, but it was bad. It was
but
bad.
as I continue through Castle, I've noticed I figured out why it was that I like the show so much.
Mhm.
Part of the reason why, and it's for the exact same reason I like Fringe, the exact same reason I like Parks and Rec. I think I've talked about this before. Is that it is a series consisting entirely of people who are good at their jobs solving mysteries.
Yeah.
There's no conflict of like this person should not be doing this job.
Yeah.
I mean, except for the main conceit that Richard Castle should not be working with cops, but that's the whole thing. That's just you need a show. So
Exactly.
writers don't consult by doing ride-alongs with cops and pretending to be a cop. That's a whole other thing. But I mean, like, he's as cheesy as it is every time you hear his writing. He's a good writer in this universe, and like all of the cops are good at their jobs. They don't need Castle there to solve the problems for them.
Mhm.
Like just as often every other cop on that show is actually solving the mystery around him being quippy. So like it's a good balance that it doesn't feel like all of these people are being lifted up by Richard Castle being there. It just feels like they're all on the same level, and it's good and it's nice chemistry. And so it's easy to watch. I don't feel any sort of awkward tension between the fact that he's doing their job for them or anything like that. So that's nice. That's about all I have to say on that right now because I don't know. I was just watching the show. Oh, there's also his mother in the series is played by. I wish I had looked up the actress's name, but she was someone who was on the old Lou Ferrigno Hulk TV show, and I only know this because there's an episode where he comes in and she's watching herself on TV, and I think that means that in the world of Castle, that actress is just the one from the Lou Ferrigno Hulk TV show instead of the actual actress in real life. They're just like Martha Rogers was on the Hulk instead of whatever the actress's real name was.
Yeah.
Because she was watching herself on TV and missing the old days of acting.
That's funny. That's cool.
I love that because Scrubs did that too with the janitor. Because Neil Flynn has a cameo in The Fugitive.
Yep.
And he does that whole episode where he's watching The Fugitive in the middle of the night and he sees Neil Flynn on there. And it's like a whole thing throughout the episode, whether or not it's actually supposed to be him, which is
That's awesome.
great.
That's
Oh,
cool.
that's such a good, like, random plot line.
Oh man, that's nice. That's nice. That's a nice meta-ness that I always appreciate.
Yeah, because it's great because it like sets up a thing in the world of like who. Oh, they did something else. I wish I could remember now. I wish I wrote it down because they did something else in another episode where it was like, oh, so I guess this movie just doesn't exist in this universe right now because they're not. Oh, it's someone's name. They have a tendency to name people after. They have a tendency to like name people after like random literary characters.
Oh.
As like a writer joke.
Mm-hmm.
But every time it comes up, they never like mention it. And so like, oh, so that thing just must not exist in this universe if nobody's talking about the fact that they have the name of this famous literary character. I guess this book doesn't exist then because nobody's mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh man. Speaking of, well, I don't know if I want to get bring this up because you just reminded me of like having like meta-ness in things. And are you caught up on Batwoman? Have you
Oh
seen?
no, no, no,
Okay,
I'm way behind right now. But
okay,
I
but
mean,
does
whatever. Keep talking.
okay? So there's an episode where I don't even remember when it happens. It could have been before Crisis or after Crisis. I don't remember. But someone like compares Batwoman or says something about what like they mention Chris Evans as
Oh,
Captain
that
America.
is actually, so here's the thing. That is a thing that has actually happened before. It is actually extremely well established in the CWDC universe that the MCU and Marvel exist
Oh my god, that
as like
bothers
comic books
me.
and as like comic books and movies. Those exist in the DC CW universe because on the
Oh
Flash
my god,
they have
why?
mentioned Marvel stuff before
Why?
because they can't
Why?
mention DC stuff.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's like it's like because
It's
they
so.
can't mention the DC series, so they mention Marvel
Well,
instead.
there's that. There's in Logan, X-23 reads X-Men comic books.
Right, but they
So
also write that off as yes. There's a reason for that though. There's a very good in-universe reason for
yeah,
that
I know.
though. But yeah,
But
yeah. It's
it
ridiculous. It's
it
absolutely
bothered
ridiculous.
it bothered me so much. I'm like, how can that? Why this? Oh, there's little things about the CW DC universe that I'm just like,
That's just a weird.
I can't.
That's just like a weird running thread in the background of that. It's just like, oh
It's
yeah,
so
the
weird.
MCU still exists here.
I can't. Not even like beyond that. I'm surprised that I guess it's cross promotion though.
Yeah,
Like
I mean
it's
that's the
good
thing.
for Marvel
If it's
because
being said, yeah, if it's
oh, it's
being said in a
weird.
positive light, they'll never care. It'll be like, okay, cool. So we're look at us, we get along, we're working together. Because there's been
Oh yeah,
like
there's been
comic crossovers, of
yes,
course, over the
yes.
years. So like they're fine. It's like it's like they're never gonna let you go on. They're never gonna let Flash come out and be like, yeah, and I'm better than Quicksilver. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh man, it was so weird. But yeah, so just that you just reminded me of that. So
oh man.
yep.
The other one is the funny one for that though is in Smallville. Like they want to keep making Superman references, so they say things like someone will make a passing reference to leaping over a building in a single bound, and then you realize Superman doesn't exist in this universe. How would they have that phrase in their
Yeah.
terminology if Superman is not there to create it in the first place?
Jesus.
Uh,
It's weird. It's all weird.
hey,
All
you want to
weird.
hear about my residence on my island that I've trapped with me
No.
on my island?
No, I don't. But sure.
I've got four neighbors now.
Oh my god. I
I've
can't.
got, I've got.
I can't.
But I can't help it if my island is so cool. People want to come live on it,
Yep.
including the rabbit with no face, the rabbit with no creepy face, Coco, who keeps saying something at me that I don't understand. So every resident, every character, every neighbor, whatever they're called in Animal Crossing, has a saying, as in like they end every sentence by calling with like basically a nickname for you.
Yep.
So like Rod calls me Ace every sentence. Amira calls me Cottontail because she's a rabbit, I
Mhm.
guess. So Coco, who is looks like she's made of like cork or stone or something, is a rabbit shape, but then has like the face, the like shy guy face. There's just like empty eyes. A stare, a stare, not a stare. Alistair
Yep.
from Sword and Shield.
Yep.
She has
Alistair.
like that face. It's
Yeah.
British. It's Alistair. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
I don't care. Um, so it's but she keeps calling the word she keeps ending everything in is Doyoing. I don't know how you pronounce it, and I can't Google it because every time I Google it, it wants to correct the word I'm using because Doyoung is the name of a major K-pop star, and so it thinks I'm just spelling his name wrong every time I look it up.
Doyaing.
Doyoing.
So Doyoing.
Yeah,
Doyoing.
Doyoung, maybe. I don't know.
Doyoing.
I really have
I don't
no
know.
idea how to pronounce it. So I've been looking it up, and so like I was just on the when you called, and I was like, oh, what? I'm just searching a mystery.
Oh my
That's what I
god.
was looking up, is trying to figure this out. So I'm like on her like wiki page, trying to figure out what she's supposed to be, what the word's supposed to mean. It might be some sort of weird mix. So like the whole thing with the Shy Guy face. If you've ever seen which Miyazaki film is it? Princess Mononoke, where
Mhm.
it's, like the things are out in the woods like that have to like shake their head and have no face and stuff
Mhm.
and live in the trees. Like that's what the Shy Guys I think are based on too. This old Japanese folklore of like wood creatures.
Yeah. Well,
The
I think there's a character in Spirited Away too that has like that kind of face.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the little leaf guys that hang out with the Deku tree in
Mhm.
Zelda
Mhm.
are also based on these things.
Yeah.
They're like forest spirits,
Yeah.
basically. Um, it's it, the phrase she's using might be some weird mix of like there's I think in Inuyasha they have a phrase called like Hanyo or something, which
Mhm.
is supposed to be a mix of a demon and a person,
Mhm.
and like this word might be something related to that. So I think she's calling me a demon man every time she ends a sentence. I think she's like it's
That
like
checks out for Animal Crossing.
some sort
Animal
of
Crossing is
phrase.
evil, and it's
Like,
on its
but I mean
level.
like
No. No.
but she seems to like me. She seems to be chill. It just seems to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, this is just the thing I'm gonna call you is
It's
Demon Boy
that's
or
fine.
something.
It could be a pet name. It's fine.
Yeah. It's just so weird that I can't find a single thing to explain what the hell's going on in this game. Um, so
Jesus.
other than that, I've just been, I'm building a bridge. I got to pay all the money for the bridge.
Mhm.
I got a second room to my house, which for some reason costs more than the house and the house expansion combined.
Oh my god. I.
It's fine. Here's the thing. I got the expansion already. I could just not pay for it. It just means I can't expand past that unless I pay for it.
Mhm.
That's how Tom Nook works. Tom Nook will explain to you, like, yeah, no, you'll get the thing. It's just that you don't get to do anything else till you pay me back first.
Jesus.
And now I'm paying for two different things at the same time.
Oh my god. So that's what you've been up to.
That's what I've been up to. Like building my island nation. I got my flag to be replaced, so now it's got a really crappy drawing of Mr. Mime as the as the flag for the
Nice.
island, like something a 5-year-old would make because they have a terrible.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
sure you could find someone online who made a Mr. Mime
oh, I'm sure
design.
you could.
I'm
I'm sure you
sure
could,
you
but
could.
I like when I come out of the airport on my island, and it's this like scratchy, crappy MS Paint looking thing
Mr.
of Mr.
Mime.
Mime
Oh my
up
god.
on the flag.
Jeez. That's great. That's great.
Um, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I mean I've been playing every day and updating stuff and selling stuff. That's just kind of the way Animal Crossing works. So
Yeah.
I've like gotten past now that like everybody has the game and it seems like every other person has the same complaint I did about everybody. It's like, oh, how come this person's got more stuff than me and I feel like I'm behind here. And it feels really good to be like, oh, I'm not the only one. Now I don't
Mhm.
feel bad taking my time. Now that I'm not the only one who's sitting here like, man, I can't believe that person has this or that. But I've learned it's a mix of the time travel stuff and a mix of people who had the game like weeks before to review it and also people who have friends who are time traveling. So the person who's playing the game might not be time traveling, but then they go to their friend's island that's already got everything set up and they like buy a bunch of shit and steal all their stuff and come
Oh my
back. And so they're just like, it's like, oh, I went to the future and stole all of these things and brought them back to the past. And now we can set things that we can ruin the timeline by, you know, sport betting on the almanac.
Stop.
I,
Stop it.
I know I'm not
How,
allowed to bring Back to the Future to this.
how dare you connect Back to the Future to Animal Crossing in any way?
So yeah,
Oh
that's
man.
been me.
Nice.
That's been me.
That's
Animal
fun.
Crossing and
Yeah.
Pokemon. That's been my
Passing the
whole
time.
all my time.
Um so let me so okay, so I didn't talk about this on our last episode, whenever that was. Don't even remember when we recorded last. But I watched 2 new movies in the past 2 weeks, and one rewatch of a movie that still bothers me. The movie is still just bothersome. But I finally saw Green Book, which, do you know what
I know
Green?
exactly what
Okay,
Green
all
Book
right.
is. I have no feelings on Green Book's existence because of the conversation that exists around Green Book.
Oh, I don't
I
even know the conversation around it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good, well-made movie. Mahershala Ali is fantastic,
Of course he
And
is.
of course he is. He's fantastic anyway in anything he does. And Viggo Mortensen was really good. Like, it was, you forgot it was Viggo Mortensen a lot of the times. So that was
Because he's
cool.
not fighting naked in a bathhouse or
Yeah,
fighting with
exactly.
hobbits.
Exactly. But yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it for what it was. I don't know anything other than like
Just
it was nominated
right. It falls into the
or in
same
that, I think.
conversation as things like I'm trying to think now, but it falls under this idea of like the movie, the story that movie is based on, like Viggo Mortensen's role
Hmm.
especially is much more heightened to make it much more of a movie about
Oh,
how a white guy gets racism
yeah.
solved for him by a black man when you could have just made the movie about the black guy
Hmm.
because it's definitely his story.
Yeah.
Like that's the conversation. So I was like, I don't need to go out of my way to see this really because it sounds like a movie that was tailor made to get white people to give it an Oscar.
Mm.
Like that's the conversation around it. That like, oh, this thing won an Oscar because of course it did. It's about a white guy learning that racism is bad from a black man.
Mm.
Those things always win
Yeah.
Oscars.
Yeah. It was, I don't know.
So,
It was still really good.
so I'm sure it's like really well
It's a
made.
really well, it's
Yeah.
really good. It's and it's not even like, it's not even racism. Like, I mean, spoilers, but it's also like gay rights too. So it's both sides. I don't know. It's really interesting. Like, it's a journey. I don't know, but it has the yeah. I
No,
don't
it's
know.
fine.
It's
Like
really good.
I'm not like mad at the movie for
Yeah.
existing or anything. It's just not a movie I'm ever going to bother going to see.
Yeah.
It's also like it's also I look at it for like not to be super insulting. I look at it the same way that I kind of look at Joker, which is that Peter Farley went, I bet I could make a dramatic movie and win an Oscar, and then he did.
Mm.
And Todd Phillips was like, I bet I could make a dramatic movie and win an Oscar, and then he did. So
I don't know. I really liked it. I thought it was really good. And then we also we rewatched. Devin and I rewatched yesterday because our parents wanted to see it, so we watched it with them. And man, that movie still bothers me. It's so.
which one? Sorry, wait,
Yeah,
I missed that.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, oh that's right. Oh
Yeah.
sorry, I thought you meant you watched it.
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So rewatched yesterday, and it's like that movie could have been really, really good. It's weird. It's got really nice moments, and then those moments just fall away and are forgotten because something else happens that just like makes it annoying or boring. I don't know. It's weird. I will give that movie a lot of credit for the music and what they were able to do with Beatles songs. Because the whole premise of yesterday, if you haven't heard or if you don't know what it is that basically a guy he's a musician. He's trying to make it as a musician, all that, that whole story. And he one night he gets hit by a bus and wakes up and nobody remembers who the Beatles are. So then he basically takes that opportunity to use the Beatles songs and make himself famous and make himself big. And it that happens, and that's the story, right?
And then it happens. And then
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. So that's the story, and like it's a lot of struggling of him like being trying to remember all the words, trying to. So like there are moments where words are wrong and like things are backwards, but it makes it really cool to hear Beatles songs in that way, or sung in a slightly different arrangement. It was
It
really
grounds
cool.
it. It grounds it in a certain
Yeah.
reality to the way that people think like remember songs.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like that part of the movie is really cool. The whole, all the recording parts of him recording all the music and him trying to remember all the lyrics is a really cool sequence. I think that's a really really cool thing because he has like a wall filled with just all the song titles that he can remember, and then he's like walking down the street and like little things remind him of like lyrics from the song. So it's really cool how he remembers them. It's just then it's like you're using someone else's art to make yourself popular, but is it really their art if nobody remembers? It's weird. It's like this weird problem too, like I don't know. It's moral problem too. Like I don't know. It's a really interesting movie that
It's an
could
interesting
have been
concept that
so
doesn't
much
get
better. And if I may, because are you ever gonna watch it yesterday?
no.
And
And
I
I think
don't
we've
even.
already talked about this and
I
had you
think we've
spoil it
already.
before.
Yeah, I think
So
I've already spoiled the ending. So the thing about yesterday, big spoilers for yesterday. If you're in quarantine and you plan on watching it, don't listen, because you should experience it. But the thing about yesterday that I think is a misstep is that it all actually happens. Is that the Beatles really get disappeared, like really get forgotten from the world. Coca-Cola no longer exists. Harry Potter no longer exists. Cigarettes no longer exist. The band Oasis no longer exists. Um, and like just like all these things that seem to come from his life because he grew up his first time singing on a stage what he sang Wonderwall by Oasis. Beatles was always this big thing for him. Like it makes it seem like he grew up loving the Beatles. He has like a whole album collection, and the Beatles were it seemed a prominent part of that. He was a smoker. He loved Coca-Cola. Like that's all he drinks pretty much is alcohol and Coca-Cola, and and he makes a reference to Harry Potter. So like it seems like everything is from his life, but you also have these two random people who also remember the Beatles, but because they don't have the stage presence, they don't have musical background or talents, they weren't able to do what he was able to do. But they don't get mad at him. They're actually really grateful because they were like, all we wanted was to hear those songs again. A world without the Beatles is not a good world, is pretty much how they present it. So like there's a lot of things of what else is missing from the world, because I don't want to believe that it's just stuff that pertains to him. Like I kind of want to know more about those other two people and know if something that they loved and grew up loving and knowing and really shaped them as people also disappeared from the world. And like I also don't there's no reason or rhyme or anything as to why this happened. And I also want to know if there's more people than just 3 people in the world who remember the Beatles. I think this movie would have fared well to being a television series.
that's what it sounds like. It sounds like this is a thing that like like it sounds like a thing that's like almost like there's a mini series in here of like
Yeah.
you do the story where he wakes up and becomes famous or everything, and then the second season is learning that other people remember too, and now there's like more to it.
Of people.
Like
yeah.
it almost almost sounds like there was like it sounds like there's 2 different movies here.
Yeah.
Also,
But it totally like feels like it's leading up to, okay, this guy's in a coma. And part of the reason why I was kind of apprehensive to go see the movie is because all of the trailers just felt like, okay, like it felt like it was giving away the story, which I will commend them. There are things that are hidden from the trailers, and I think they do a really, really good job.
Right, like the idea that other things are missing never comes up in those trailers.
No.
But I also think, the problem is that also then makes me feel like they focused on the Beatles thing too much.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
It is almost like, oh, we could sell this on the idea of this guy getting famous on Beatles music. We can't figure out how to sell the rest of this movie though.
Yeah. It's just really weird, and like, so it's funny because we're watching those trailers and like Devin and I were like, oh, so he's gonna be in a coma. Like we know what the ending of this movie is, so we both were kind of apprehensive to go see it. Then we go see it, and it's actually like a pretty fun time. And then something else something else goes missing in the world, and it's just like, wait, what? Okay, maybe that'll get explained. And there's just never like that explanation, which sometimes is fine. I'm fine, and I can live in a world that doesn't explain things, but there still should be an element of rules.
Right. Like it sounds like the problem is it sounds like that like, oh yeah, everything missing is definitely about this guy.
Yeah.
But we have not given any significant reason to explain why
No.
this guy of all
No.
people, other than he got hit by a bus at some point.
Yeah. Like it and like I want to know like what happened cuz basically all the lights out, like there was a worldwide power outage. And that's what distracts him cuz he's riding on his bike. That's what distracts him and the bus driver can't see because it's pitch black out. And so they hit each other. So that's what happens and then the lights come back on immediately. So like I also want to know where those other two people were when the lights went out around the world.
Right. Like all you have to really do
like,
is say like, oh, this person, I don't know, this person got in a car
yeah,
accident at the same time and this person had a heart attack or something.
yeah,
So it turns out anybody who died at that
yeah.
moment, this
It's
has now come back. And also,
yeah.
is anything else from their lives missing? Because
That's yeah,
then you
exactly.
can then you set up the rules. Like the rule
Exactly.
is that these people who died at this moment for some reason came back and a bunch of stuff from their lives was missing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't need to know anything else about that.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least then there's a base to build from
It
after that.
it would have been so it would have been a really I think a really good TV show or even a Netflix like show or Hulu or anything like that like a streaming show. It probably would fare well on a streaming service as
Right, where you get
opposed
like
to like a
six where you get
cable.
like 6 episodes to really
Yeah.
delve into this
Yeah.
thing and yeah.
And like it could be an hour long like 12 episode hour long or however many hour long episodes but like the fact that he doesn't wake up from a coma at the end because the whole time he's also chasing not chasing but he's like Lily James Lily Tom
I think it's Lily James.
yeah
Yeah.
Lily James so
Deb from
she
Baby Driver. Deb Baby
yeah
Driver. Yes.
she's also young Donna in Mamma Mia too so like so they have like this love they're like that's like the love story going on and it's the whole thing of she has always loved him ever since they were kids but then it's a question of okay has that always been the story or is that what happened after the Beatles disappeared is she because their whole story is that the first time she was ever there to watch him sing or like they really became friends after his Wonderwall performance at like the school talent show and that's where their friendship solidified and that's where they became this duo right and but then that brings into the question okay well if Oasis never existed the song Wonderwall never existed how did you two become friends how did you two like meet because that was your moment. That was your beginning moment. That is what we are told. That is what it is said, right? And she like brings up how like she's loved him ever since they were kids and blah blah blah. And then he like also loves her, but it's this weird moment because none of them have ever done anything about it. But
Yeah,
then
because
he
then
realizes, knocking stuff over. Then he realizes like no, she is the thing. She is the person who matters. She is the one thing in his life that matters right now. It's not the Beatles. It's not the fame. It's her. And that's basically the end of the movie. Is he gives away all of the Beatles songs for free? He steps up and says, "Listen, these are not my songs. You all can have them for free. I don't want any of the money. Just take them and just enjoy them and live with them." And then he goes, she is the one who matters. And she brings her up on the big screen. Like, it's a very nice gesture, too. Like, it's a nice, like, heartwarming moment. And then they spend the rest of their lives together. But it also would have made sense for him to be in that coma and wake up and be like, have that same realization and be like, oh my God, none of this stuff really matters. This is all arbitrary compared to L. Or
right.
like
Because
she
the
is
other
the
way
person
is
who I care about. She is my she is my world kind of thing,
right.
right?
And the other way I would like I would write that story, and I don't know how you structure this, but I would be like, again, so the thing that made them friends, or even like they've always loved each other but didn't know it, was his performance of Wonderwall. Like whatever, gets her to realize that she loves him or something, but they never say anything for years. Then this all happens. I knocked my headphone off. So this all
Just
happens, and
knocking stuff
now
over. It's fine.
wakes up, there's no Oasis, there's no Beatles. He gets
Yeah.
famous off the Beatles music, but in this whatever new world, they are just friends. She doesn't have feelings for him until he plays
Realizes it.
Wonderwall again.
Yeah.
And then he like all of a sudden plays Wonderwall again and makes her realize again that she loves him. Like, I don't know how you write that in there, but that feels like the thing you're setting up is that like, oh, he gets super famous for Beatles music and she still is not like head over heels in love with him until one day he plays Wonderwall again.
Yeah.
And like, but and again, it's like, how is that not part of your love story?
Yeah. How does that? Yeah, because it never gets brought up except for one moment. Like he Googles Oasis and nothing comes up except for beautiful oases, right? Like beautiful scenes of that you would think is an oasis, and it's just like that's funny, that's haha. But like he never plays it, and like there's a big moment where he could have. Where they're doing an album launch and he sings Help. Like, that's the moment where he could have played Wonderwall.
Or even then, like you have like a scene of just, right. Or even then you have like a scene where he plays Just for Her.
Yeah.
Again, where he's super famous and all of this stuff. And he's like, I actually wrote, no, I don't want him to lie to her at that point. But
well, he's
that's
been
the other
lying
part.
the whole time.
Again, that's the other part of this movie is that he's been lying the whole time. So like, I want him to like play her Wonderwall, but I don't want him to lie about the fact that he wrote Wonderwall to do it.
Yeah,
that's also shitty.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's this messy kind of movie that if one thing was changed, it could have been really cleaned up. But like now, I would really love it to be a TV show. Like, I think that could have been really, really good for it. And you have this journey, you have the music, and you have the same structure. You can have the same story, but like then you get to dive into those two characters who also remember. You get to dive in to the fact that like freaking that. Oh, I didn't even bring this up because like John Lennon is still alive.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about it, but yeah,
like you can like that. There's that whole scene. There's a whole scene where the two people who find him and like hunt him down and track him and follow him throughout his whole thing. They finally all three meet and they're like, this might help you, and they hand him basically John Lennon's like home address, which he basically lives in near a lighthouse, like in a little shack off, like near a lighthouse on like this remote area of just like lake or ocean, and it's like really beautiful. And he's painting, he's just living his life, and he loves it. He's just very successful, and the whole scene is about like I can't even think of the main character's name right now, but his whole thing is that he's
John Yesterday.
Why can't I think of his name? Oh, Jack. His name's Jack. So Jack goes to him and is like, are you happy? Like, are you successful? Like, how? Because he's trying to see if he ruined the Beatles' lives by not having people remember who the Beatles are. But so you have John Lennon, and his whole thing is that no, I'm successful. Like, and Jack's like, but you haven't really done anything. And he's like, I'm still successful. I'm still happy. Like, I'm
also
I've
alive.
A
man didn't shoot me because I'm the most famous man in the world. Like, but like,
he doesn't even know that.
No,
happened.
But I mean, like,
it's weird.
But Jack does. Like, that's the thing that should come up is the fact that like, oh, John Lennon's alive 20 years, 30 years later than he should be because you.
Yeah, he's
took
like 70
the music instead.
Yeah.
Like,
it's really like this interesting moment, but you could have had a whole episode where like he goes and sees the Beatles.
Yeah, I mean the other version of this, like I don't remember. I know I brought this up in Discord. No idea if I brought this up in the last time we talked about this episode. So maybe we're retreading here. But like the other part to this is that instead of the one thing changing, you go big or go home and say like, if the Beatles don't exist, this is the ripple effect without them, and you make the world completely different
Yeah.
when he wakes up,
Yeah.
and it centers around the fact that the Beatles were not there to inspire whatever. Because like
Hundreds
the
and
big thing with Oasis,
hundreds.
the big thing with Oasis is that part of the reason they got really big is a bunch of people went around and went, "Hey, this is the '90s
Yeah.
Beatles. This
Exactly.
is the Beatles of the '90s now."
Well,
Then they had two
yeah.
big hits and nothing else, and the
Yeah.
two brothers hate each other, and
Yeah.
they aren't famous anymore. But I mean, like that
But
was a
and
big conversation. But that's the reason that Oasis was Oasis for
exactly.
so long.
Yeah. And that's
So
that's also a huge like that's a really good thing in the movie too is like the fact that Oasis doesn't exist makes sense.
right.
So like
So like
but the
so
fact
like
that
go
Coca-Cola, like I guess like I'm trying to remember if the Beatles ever endorsed Coca-Cola or ever endorsed cigarettes, and I'm sure they did. So like maybe it's like those little moments too. And like I mean Harry Potter, I mean you talk about it's a British, you know,
right.
book. It's a
You could
British
just tell me.
author, it's a
I don't
British
know if
British
it's true.
characters like
Right. I don't know if
but
it's true, but you could tell me right now that J.K. Rowling got inspired to be creative in some sense because the Beatles inspired her, and be like, yeah, that makes sense.
you know,
And then
I
so
mean,
just tell me that, and then the fact that Harry Potter doesn't exist if the Beatles are gone makes sense to me.
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But
Like,
so it does like all of the things that do exist that do erase make some semblance of you know sense because and if this also pertains like it needs to have there needs to be evidence that Coca-Cola, cigarettes, and Harry Potter were affected by the Beatles
right.
craze,
Because
like
here's another
because
big
then
thing,
it's not
guys.
just him,
Right. Because here's
it's
another
that
big thing,
stuff.
guys. Vietnam was greatly affected by the Beatles, and the
Yeah,
Beatles were greatly affected by Vietnam.
yeah,
When you talk about the way in which protests happened,
mm-hmm.
they
Yeah,
like Strawberry Fields is a very important cultural touchstone to Vietnam and Vietnam protesting. So
yeah.
if you tell me that the Beatles don't exist, I don't know what happens to the Vietnam War.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's. I mean, seriously, a world without the Beatles is a very different world. Just because of the numerous things that were affected. But we wouldn't have Beatles rock band, Zach.
oh dear no. Oh dear God.
Um, but I just really love Beatles rock band, and I needed to throw it in.
How does Ed Sullivan survive without the Beatles?
Jeez. But it is like it could have been such a deeper thing, like such a deeper. Oh, it could have been so good. Could have been
um,
so good.
All right. Well, before we wrap up for today, because that was way longer on yesterday than I think we expected.
Yeah,
No, you said you watched. Did you watch something else?
yeah,
Was there
I
something, oh,
I watched The Way Back too, so
oh,
that was cool.
was that one of the ones that got pushed onto to digital before, or did you see that before the world went to?
No, that got pushed to digital.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we bought it. So we now own The Way Back.
Was it? Is it worth the purchase
um,
price? Or is it let me put it this way. Is it basically what we all thought it was going to be, which is just big dramatic movie for Ben Affleck, which makes you kind of cry at places,
oh
but
yes,
otherwise it's just
yeah. I mean,
hard
here's
hardball, but with uh Jesus Christ, Ben Affleck instead of Keanu Reeves. There
there
we
you
go.
go. No, I mean it is. It's a really it's good. It's a very good movie, but then it's a good movie up until and I know Devin talks about this on their episode. It's a good movie up until like the act 3. Like it breaks into the third act of the movie and it's completely different.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it seems like they had a pretty good formula to just
yeah.
go right into that movie.
Yeah. But it does. It breaks into the third act, and it's still like, it's weird because it's still a nice thing. The ending of the movie is still a nice thing, but it's not what you expected for the ending or necessarily wanted for the ending. It's not completely satisfying as an ending. But it is like it's really weird because, and I don't want to give it away because I feel like you're gonna watch it.
I will, but I'm going to tell you why in a second, and you're going to laugh.
That's
But
fine. So I don't want to give it away. So we might put a pin in this until you see it. I mean, again, Devin talks about it on their episode. So if you listen to that, you'll hear it anyways. You'll get the you'll have the ending anyways. But yeah, it's just this weird moment where something changes and you're not exactly upset it changes, but you're also not exactly happy it
It sounds like
changes.
it sounds like what you're describing is that this movie, especially through its advertising, feels like it's set up to be a very generic plot. And what happens was it sounded like somebody went, "Ooh, this is kind of a generic plot. We should probably twist up the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
Not twist, not like
Yeah.
major heel turn or anything, but
Yeah.
just like, okay, now we should do a thing that just surprises the audience by doing something different.
Yeah.
And if you're spending most of the movie setting up what seems like a very obvious ending, and then you turn it on them, it takes a second for everybody to adjust.
Yeah.
So it sounds like maybe that's just like an adjustment thing,
Yeah.
which is actually not bad. That was like I have to give it credit for that without even seeing it. And the reason I do want to watch it is how does his ex-wife do in that movie acting wise?
Good.
The mother of his.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because do you know who that is?
I've definitely seen her,
That is
but
the
I can't
woman.
place her.
I forget her name, and I'm terrible for that. But she is the one who is the lead in the Battlefront 2 campaign. She was on the EA. She's the one that came out. She's the only good part of the EA presentation of E3 the year that was before that came out.
Yep.
Because that was her. I think she'd done a bunch of voice work before, but that was like her first like. I have to look up. Maybe she'd done some like TV work before, but I feel like that was her first
she's in
big
other
break.
movies. She's in other
Yeah.
movies. Yeah,
Because
because
that
I've
was like
definitely seen her.
because that was like a
in
huge
television
thing to
and
put
movies.
her out there and be like, we have a specific character who you're going to play in the campaign of Battlefront 2, and that is definitely her. She is definitely the one that plays that character. So like I recognized her immediately when I saw the trailer. I was like, oh well, I kind of want to see her in a movie because I don't think I ever have before.
Yeah, no, I think she does it. Like I said, it is a good movie. It's and like I said, and again, you're not wrong. Having that different ending, having the ending not be what you expect it, is not bad. Like I think that's good when you try to do that because you don't want the movie to be too predictable and whatnot. Not saying that being predictable is bad either. You just need to make it work. You need to make a compelling enough movie that I'm okay that I predicted the ending. Like again with yesterday, the fact that it doesn't end in a coma is actually kind of interesting because a lot of movies, a coma is an easy way out, right? Waking up
Right.
from a dream is an easy way out. So I kind of give it that it didn't end that way, but you didn't give me enough to be like, oh, I'm fine that the world is this way now. Because, you left me with too many questions.
Right.
Yesterday leaves you with too many questions, and that's why it doesn't work. With this one, it still works, and I think that it's nice that it doesn't end in the traditional, sports movie ending, even though it kind of does. But it's just like it's a different way of telling that. It's weird. It's interesting. I want you to see it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But it's $20, so whether or not you can justify that, that's fine. We kind of justified it because there's 4 of us who watched it. If you were to go and pay for that movie for
It would have been
people,
it would have been $80
more.
instead of
it would have been
20.
more than
Right.
$20. So, and now we have it. So if I ever want to rewatch it or have it on in the background, I can, because it's actually a really good background movie in a weird way.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was like this is a very simple plot, like
Yeah.
kind of what's coming in this movie, which is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down for any, especially like cliche movies and stuff. If the acting is good, fine. Tell me
Yeah.
that same story
Yes,
again,
and it
but with
is.
different actors, it's fine.
Yeah.
Janina Gavankar is her name. I knew it was something I couldn't remember, but yeah, she's on True Blood. She's in
Yep.
The League. She's on Mysteries of Laura. She did voice work. She's a voice in Horizon.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has been just in TV shows I'd never seen before,
Yeah.
which is why I hadn't recognized her before that. But yes.
But no, acting wise, it's very, very well done, and it's about a high school basketball team, and like all those kids do a phenomenal job too. Like it's really good. Like it's a good movie. It just changes at a point, and it's kind of jarring. You kind of
Right.
never catch up with it in a weird
Right.
way. Like you have all these feelings and you have all of this emotion, and then it kind of just hits a wall, and then you still have emotion. It's just like you don't ever get back up to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
Is basically where it is. Like you're it's weird. But it's good. It's still really, really good. It's still a really good sports movie. And
Excellent.
that's it.
I think on that note, then we're gonna call the episode.
Really good sports
Hope everybody.
movie. Oh,
Really good sports movie.
You're
No, I'm
calling the
gonna
episode.
call the
Yeah,
episode.
I see what you did there.
Oh my God, I see what you did there. Hope everybody's doing okay in their isolation. I mean, yes, it's easy. Again, we are lucky enough that like my routine hasn't changed that much, and Dayle has a house full of people that she can still hang out with. So, it's not. It's easy to kind of readjust our lives. But if you're having trouble or anything, hope you can make it through, and hope our, I don't know, bullshit helps you escape for about an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, have good luck with everything. We'll be back again, and maybe with a 100th episode special eventually if we ever figure it out. I think this is 93, so we've got some time. But on that note, you can find us on YouTube if you search Say Report Junior, and you can find us on Twitter if you search Say Report Junior, and you can find us individually. I am at Zerwisky.
I am at Dale's Brain. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and anywhere you find podcasts.
Cool. You should all stocked up on ice cream, so we should all have some ice cream.
Take it away, Liz.
Thank you for listening to the Say Report with your hosts Dayle Decker and Zack Sarowik. Please follow the guys on Twitter and Facebook by searching for the Say Report, and you can always subscribe on your podcast channel so this is delivered straight to you and you can enjoy it every week. With apologies to your mother, we'll see you next time.